Want to see more unbelievable videos? Take a quick pause to subscribe and click that little bell icon for notifications. Believe you me, you'll be glad you did. 6 animals who gruesomely ate their owners. 13-foot long Burmese python, October 1996, Bronx, New York. A 19-year-old man of the Twin Parks West housing project in University Heights had dreams of one day becoming a herpetologist. He purchased the python at a local pet store just 5 months before neighbours made the gruesome discovery. Although they often make for gentle pets, Burmese pythons can grow to be very large and can have strong, uncontrollable feeding responses. According to experts, pythons find discriminations in odour at close range and instinctively identify whatever that thing is as food. When their senses go on alert like this, they are liable to strike at the next thing that moves. One expert said, "When an animal like that smells something, they are a completely different animal." Authorities believe the python may have mistaken its owner for a live chicken that he had brought into the room and was just about to feed it. He was found in his apartment, crushed in a pool of his own blood, with the python still coiled around his body. The box containing the live chicken was found with the cover off and the chicken still inside. At least someone escaped death that day. Was the owner being irresponsible, or could it have happened to anyone? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Man eating pigs. 69-year-old Terry Vance Garner was a pig farmer on Oregon's Pacific coast. That is, before he went out to feed them one day in 2012 and never returned. His remains were found inside the pig pen, but all that was left were his dentures and ravaged parts of his body. Authorities say some of his pigs weighed up to 700 pounds. Without enough of his body recovered for pathologists to properly determine a cause of death, authorities had to reconsider all possibilities, including the pigs possibly knocking their owner over intentionally before killing and eating him. According to family members, one of Garner's pigs had previously attacked him after he accidentally stepped on a piglet. At the time, Garner had told his brother that he was going to put the pig down because of it, but had later changed his mind. What do you think? Should the owner have put the aggressive pig down, or did he do the right thing? Flesh-eating pugs. Nebraska 2009. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. A 51-year-old man from Nebraska found himself at death's door one day after a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the noggin. However, the man had 2 lovable pug dogs for pets and must have forgotten to make a plan for them after he, well, you know. The pair of pugs, named Harry and Sally, were left without provisions or a caretaker. Authorities don't know for certain as to when the 2 pooches started feeding off the remains of their owner. But after so long without food, they began to nibble on the exposed flesh of their owner's head wound to survive. One thing's for sure, he'll never become the head of a major corporation. Okay, bad joke. On a better note, according to the Humane Society, feeding on a corpse would be normal behaviour for dogs left without food or water for a long time. So you can forget any conspiracy theories of possible flesh-eating zombie pug dogs. Humphrey the Hungry Hippo, South Africa 2011. 40-year-old South African Army Major and farmer Marius Els rescued the hippo when it was just 5 months old and stranded from a flood. Els kept the hippo as a pet and even built a specially designed dam on his property for the animal to thrive in. The naive farmer convinced himself that he and the hippo had a special relationship and would often ride on his back in the water and hand-feed him apples. He once stated, "There's a relationship between me and Humphrey, and that's what some people don't understand." According to statistics, hippos can be very aggressive, responsible for over 500 human deaths per year, and have even been known to tip over boats. As it turned out, Humphrey was still a wild animal at heart and decided to maul his owner one day by dragging him into the water and biting him to death with his razor-sharp teeth. Tell us your take on having a pet hippo. Would it be worth it, or should they be left in the wild? Foot-eating cats. Pennsylvania 2010. 74-year-old Herbert Weldon was an avid cat lover and the caretaker of his 94-year-old mother. Authorities discovered the gruesome scene several days after the man was believed to have died from a heart attack. When they made the discovery, Weldon's beloved pet cats were caught surviving by snacking on his feet. You heard right, his feet. Why not an elbow or perhaps an earlobe? We'll never know. Back to the story. We know what you're thinking. Why didn't the man's mother shoo the cats away from her son's delectable feet? Apparently, she was too disabled to even feed herself and died from dehydration. Luckily, the bodies were discovered before the cats could make it a 2-for-1 special. Okay, that's enough. Why do you think the cats started with their owner's feet? Let us know your opinion in the comments. Spiders, snakes, frogs and lizards. Oh my. Dortmund, Germany, 2004. 30-year-old Mark Vogel was somewhat of a reptile and insect lover, and his apartment was described as a zoo and a jungle. It was reported that he kept over 200 spiders, several snakes, geckos and frogs. Authorities were alerted after neighbours noticed a horrendous odour wafting from the apartment. His cause of death is believed to have been from a bite by his pet black widow named Bettina, who accidentally escaped her enclosure. At the time of the rancid discovery, it is believed Vogel had been dead for 7 to 14 days. During this time, his entire fleet of arachnids began to escape after heating elements started exploding, causing the lids to open on their enclosures. According to one publication, it was like a horror movie. His corpse was over the sofa, giant webs draped him, spiders were all over him. They were coming out of his nose and mouth. There was everything that one could imagine in the world of reptiles. Larger pieces of flesh torn off by the lizards, who he allowed to roam freely, were scooped up and taken back to the webs of tarantulas and other bird-eating spiders. What are your thoughts on owning that many spiders? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, let us know by smacking that like button, share this video, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Believe you me, you'll be glad you did.